There we go. Okay, let me bring this up real quick.
Were there any questions? This is all thank yous in our, did Gina leave? There's lots of thank yous. You might want to look at those. Oh, you're still here, Gina? Yeah, go ahead and look at
Here we go.
look at the chat, Gina, because there's lots and lots of thank yous.
Oh, very good. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. You're a wonderful group. I'm sorry we couldn't do it in person.
I am too. Yeah, we keep trying to meet in person. We were going to do this one even online and in person, but it wasn't in the stars for us. So anyway, we keep trying.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. So anyway, we did do that part where we welcomed our guests, so we can move on. And we did have our program, which was awesome. The next one, the next slide is, let's see, I'm only seeing half of it. Is that my view that I'm doing? Maybe I need to go to standard. Okay, I'll go standard view. All right, just an update for everybody about Tulsa Sews. Mary Parisho was the recipient of our first grant. And this woman in the picture, her name is An. She is the recipient of the scholarship. She's an artist, and she's doing two classes with Mary. The first one is called Absolute Beginner. And so this is Mary's quote from me, and she sent me this picture this week that says that she had a lot of fun learning the machine and that she is a natural. So our board decided to move ahead with the next grant, and applications are due in May, but I actually can't remember that whether it was the beginning of May or the end of May, but I will find out from Kelly, who is my memory, right, Kelly? Not putting you on the spot here. We'll just look back at our notes on that.
We had like 5 minutes to prepare for this meeting.
Oh yeah, don't you worry, dear. We're not putting you on the spot. We'll figure it out, but we're going to be putting it out there for grant applications for the next round, and using the pictures and the information that we get from Mary from this one to promote the next one. So, all right, let's go on to the next slide. Upcoming events. The first one that we have is this Saturday. We have Totes workshop at Junior Achievement. And I heard from Robin Brown right before our meeting started that the parking lot is being cleared. It has been cleared there. So that's good. And all of this weather, I don't know what it's supposed to be. We are in Oklahoma, where they say if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. So do we still have Patty on?
I'm here.
Okay, any thoughts about, are you gonna?
I'm planning on being there. So
Okay.
from 10 to 1, again, we're going to have lots of supplies. I know that some people are still uncomfortable being in a room, although it's a good sized room, I understand, with a lot of people. So if somebody wants to come by and get patterns or fabric or interfacing or anything like that, please come by and pick it up, and then you can leave. You don't have to stick around and sew, but I'll be there by 10, no later than 10. Actually, I'm planning on being there early and setting up some workstations, and then we'll be there until 1. So come by, and we've got what, 6, 7 people signed up so far, and then we've got several maybes. So I'm hoping everybody will be there.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Good.
All right, okay. So, and then on February 11th, I put in the newsletter, we're gonna have a retreat committee launch, and that's gonna be at 6:30 p.m. at Junior Achievement. And, like maybe, I don't know, a couple months ago, I put a request out if anybody wanted to be on the retreat committee, and there were 2 of you who said that you might be interested. And we have, and then we have Julie, who has been on the retreat committee for a long time. She doesn't want to share it, but she says that she'll be a good worker.
And I have this written down as February 10th, not the 11th, because the 11th is a Friday, and I think we tried to shoot for a Thursday again.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Kim, you're muted.
My notes say the 10th also.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the 10th then. So sorry. Everybody, can everybody write that down instead of, did I put it wrong in the newsletter too?
I think it was right in the newsletter.
Okay. Okay. Oh, well. All right. So, any more thoughts, Kim, about retreat committee?
I'm going to touch base with, some of our prior planners and, get some input from them. So we have, discussion topics and kind of a list of to-do items, things that we know that we need to do to get ready for it. So we can kind of divide and conquer. And my goal is before then, and I'll make up a, can't think of the right word. It's not an itinerary.
An agenda?
Yes, an agenda, so that people can see what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
I'll put it on our Facebook website and the website.
Okay. And so this is actually a plea for participation also. We have a date. We have a place. We have, Shauna, can you tell us how many people are already signed up? Is it like?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'll get it.
I think there are 19 people whose deposits have rolled forward.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's about that number without counting, but yeah.
Yeah, so we have
That's about
19 people signed up. So what we need is a committee of people to put it all together. And there's been things that have been done in the past. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. There's a bunch of stuff in crates that are supplies. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of things in place. We just need a group of people to get the ball rolling and change it if you want. Just
So I have a question.
sure.
Can we get a reminder if we're one of the people who have a deposit that rolled forward?
Yeah, I can, why don't I just send an email? Can you send an email to all the people who've done that? And I can tell you right now, Deborah.
It's hard to understand you, Shauna.
Oh, I don't know why. I'm sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Not really.
Okay, let me hear better. Hold on. Can you hear me better now? No.
Better.
Okay, let me.
Oh. No, we can't hear you at all now. But you're going to email people, it sounds like, the people who have had their deposits rolled forward?
Yes, I will email the people. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I will email the people who had their deposits rolled forward. And Deborah, I don't see your name on the list as I glance at it.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I'm looking forward to that meeting, and I'm looking forward to a group of people. And once again, you don't have to have had any experience in this. And if you have never participated in a committee with anyone in the Modern Quilt Guild, this is a great way to meet some people and just jump in. If you're brand new, you're welcome. If you're a seasoned spicy member, you're welcome. And but I'd really love to see this retreat happen. We haven't had one for 2 years, but we want to have one for 22, and we want it to be your retreat. We want it to be what you want. So that is not February 11th. it's February 10th. And okay, so the next thing is QuiltCon. I'm going. Linda's going. My friend from Idaho's going. If there's anybody else from our group that is going, would you let me know? I had suggested that we would have a happy hour, but I also thought that when I first put that out there, that there might be more people going, not knowing that we were going to have another round of the coronavirus. Paige, to everyone, you're going, and Karen's going. Yay! Well, that's probably enough for a little party for us to get together. I am assuming Patty's going. Is that correct, Patty?
Yes, I'm going.
And Patty Kopic also. Anyway, if you're gonna go, let me know, and we'll plan a little get together for that Friday evening. And then we'll have a board meeting. The next slide. And our next meeting is going to be March 3rd. Brenda Shreve is going to do our program, preparing your quilt shop for the long arm. The dyeing workshop is March 5th. Did I get that correct?
Hold on, I have too many things on my screen right now.
That's okay.
Yes, that's the Saturday, the March 5th.
Okay. Any, do we want to change the deadline for our group to participate, to sign up, or any news on that front, Kim?
I mean, I'd love to let Gina know at least a week ahead of time, maybe 2 or 3 days. I'll double check with her and see how much time she needs. But if she's going to be in Florida the weekend before, it's not going to matter probably. That true Saturday before, the week before, she'll be busy anyway. And like she said, she's preparing already.
Okay.
But we can be adjust that as needed. It doesn't have to.
Well, what
It's
I
not
was
set in
thinking,
stone.
when we originally put this out in our upcoming events for our guild members, we said that after the 15th, we would open it up to the public. But I'm going to suggest that if we don't have more of our members that are signed up, we need to come up with a date to cancel it. So I want to have it, and I'm hoping that we get some more people signed up after tonight, after meeting Gina and seeing how awesome it's going to be.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on things via the Eventbrite.
Okay. All right. So if you, to all of our members, if you're planning to go to the March 5th workshop, please sign up for it. So if we don't have enough participation, we'll have to cancel it. So if we just have a few spots left, we'll open it up to Green Country and, to whoever else wants to go. But, we need for it to work. And then on March 12th, we're going to have another potholder workshop at the Helmrich Library. And that starts at 10:15, and that'll be our third one. So yay, those are fun. And if you have never done improv before and you want to just dabble into it with something that ends up being 10 inches by 10 inches, that is a great place to come and learn with your friends. It requires no experience. And what we do is you bring 1 yard of quilt shop quality cotton, any color. We do a tear and share, and then we end up with making pot holders that have kind of a color thread through them. You can add some other printed fabrics, and there's lots of scraps that are there to add to that. But they end up really cool. I have a picture of them somewhere down the road in our slides. All right, so at this I put this on here. I didn't really talk to all of you, but I want to give each of the other people, ooh, I misspelled president on Julie. An opportunity to talk to our membership about anything going on with the area of the guild that you guys work in. So I'm going to start with Patty, because we're keeping her pretty hopping these days.
Well, some days I am and some days not so much. We've got a membership right now of 87 members. We had in the past month, we've had 3 new members. One of them is here tonight. Janelle, welcome. We're glad to have you. And we had 2 renewals, people that either didn't realize they hadn't renewed or something, and they've now renewed. So we've had 3 in the past month. And I am sending out new member packets even to the renewals, because we've got so many new things going on that I want to make sure everybody's aware of them.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're killing it, girlfriend. I mean, this is just fabulous. Thank you, Patty. Yeah.
Patty, real quick, if we haven't received our membership card yet, do we need to contact you about that?
Yeah, just send me an email.
Okay.
All right.
Kim, you got anything you want to tell us?
The first thing that comes to mind is I'm particularly excited about our June meeting. We'll be having Jason Wilson, who is an artist who paints quilts. And he'll come and give us a presentation and tell us about his work, and hopefully bring a few items for like a mini trunk show, a few things to sell. He's been featured on OETA. He's an artist out of McAllister that has been inspired by his grandmothers, and his very graphic, beautiful art is all quilt inspired. I need to touch base with him again. The only other thing I'll mention is that on Facebook, there's another group called Quaint. It's QU apostrophe AINT, the combination of quilt and paint. And it is a group that he is part of, and they do gallery showings, and with a combination of his paintings that inspire quilts. And my goal is to get that conversation started with him soon, and members of this Quaint group, to see what we can do. It might even be 2023 by the time we're able to get something where we've got time to quilt and organize an art show with our work and other quilters and his paintings. It's a goal. So I'm excited about that. And for upcoming meetings, I'll be putting together, when we are able to meet in person, some quick little fun games for us to play while we're all together and get an opportunity to know each other a little better. I'm officially the head of the fun committee, right, Robin?
Yeah, we just made that up. The fun committee, you're chairman.
I am. So excited about that. And yeah, that's really kind of the only things right off the top of my head.
Okay, Kelly, you have anything going on?
Not really, just writing things down. Trying to be
Cool.
on time in places.
And then do we have Julie on tonight? I didn't see her on the list.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
Okay, let's go on to the next slide. Oh, wait, on that other one, that was from our SO day. And those are some of our new members also. There's Janelle and there's Inez, and I don't think we can call Jessie a new member anymore. Annette and Jackie and Zelia. And we had a good time. It's really a nice shop. Okay.
And that's our quilts for the block of the month up above.
Oh yeah,
right?
that's our block of the month quilt at the very top. Yeah, that's really pretty to see. Okay, so this is something that I've been wanting to talk to everybody about for a couple months, and we've had such busy agendas, we haven't gotten to it. When we restructured the membership, we wanted to have some special recognition for our business members, and we wanted to we asked them to pay us more money and that we would do some things for them, highlight their businesses on our website and our newsletters, but also give them reviews. And so in the business that I work in, I do marketing for dental offices, and reviews for small businesses are absolute gold. And one of the hot tips for small businesses is using maps, Google Maps, and marketing through Google Maps. And the best thing that you can do and the cheapest thing you can do for a small business is to have a number of reviews. And one of the easiest things that we can do for the small businesses who are generous enough to join our guild as business members is to write reviews for them. It takes a little bit of time and it costs you no money at all, but it is an extremely valuable component to any small business, because Google, who doesn't use Google? Okay, just raise your hand if you do use Google. I don't see everybody because I'm seeing the slides. When people do searches, as you can see, when you find the businesses that show up as a result of your Google search, you can see that many of them are paid. Sometimes it's pages and pages of paid. The businesses that rise to the top are the ones who have played the Google game with the algorithms. And this Google reviews is a very, very big part of the algorithms for, it's called organic search engines. And so what you can do for the small businesses are write reviews. And I would love it if you would write a review for every one of our 10 business members. And what the easiest way to find them to do a review is to go to your maps, your Google Maps, type in the business, and then when it pops up, you go down on the left-hand side, and then there's a place to write a review. So don't do them all at the same time. And actually, this is a better way to talk about it. If I ask everybody to do reviews and they get out their phones and we're all sitting at the same place, that doesn't work, because they all have the same, what is that terminology? They have the same something number that it comes out of. Anyway, it's best if you do it from your own home, from your own phone, or your computer at home. But please, please, please write reviews for all of our business members.
And if
Write
you're curious,
reviews for all of the businesses that you like, but especially for us, because these people have been generous enough to join as a business member. What, Kelly?
and if you're curious who our business members are, they're at the end of every newsletter. Sometimes I know I have to go onto my computer to see the full length of the newsletter, because it doesn't always show up on my phone all the time, but they are at the bottom of our newsletters.
They're at the bottom of every newsletter, and they're also all on our website. And we've had some recent ones that I haven't even gotten to the info to Robin yet. So when we made our budget, we budgeted for 5 business members. So I'm pretty blown away. And this is really, really fabulous that we've got this support from these businesses. So anyway, let's move on. Thanks. About the potholders, I've had some questions about the potholders, and we're talking about it as a committee and a board, and my strategy is to have a launch for them when we have our display at the gathering place, which I'm in conversations with the gathering place. And before we have our launch for the potholders, I'm going to do as much build up and marketing as I can through social media and without spending any money. And so that we have some interest in them before our launch starts. And we're in conversations about how to price them. I want to get magnificent amounts of money. The board is like trying very hard to, for me to cause me to be sensible on this. I think I have a way to do both, but I'm gonna talk to my board first. We haven't hammered every single bit of that out yet, right, ladies? They think I'm nuts. Okay, but anyway, they're coming along and they're great, and I hope more people come to the next one that we have, which I think is March 12th. Okay, Paige, are you still with us?
Yeah,
Okay, do you have anything you want to say this month about block of the month?
sure. So we have 22 members and it's the second month. And so we're doing the big star in the middle. That's the second month. And so this block, there's only one of them. So it's a good month to catch up. If you haven't started yet, or if you're thinking about starting, doing the cutting and the main block in the middle won't take you that much time. So it's good to catch up this month. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, and I noticed before the meeting started that on the Facebook page, there's a little video that you put on about cutting the half square triangles.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, well, yay.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go on. This is Shauna's jam right here.
Hey, so that looks really hard to read. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our budget and what we've actually spent or actually taken in compared to the budget. And, you know, not much has happened yet on February 3rd, but we're in pretty good shape. We've collected $4,495 in dues, which is $245 more than we had budgeted. So that's awesome. And we haven't really spent much money yet. But if anyone has any questions about that, let me know. And I can post a file with this on the Facebook group so you can read it better if anyone wants to look at it more closely. And I will say to everybody, I'm trying to do a good job keeping track of our money, but I'm not an accountant. So don't expect accounting kind of stuff, but I'm keeping track with everything. So, and do you want to go to the next slide? Unless, does anyone have any questions about that to the extent they can see it? Okay. And then this is just a little summary I've been doing for all the meetings, just to let you know kind of what our cash position is right now. We are holding a little bit more than $2,000 in retreat deposits. We still owe the final balance on the website, which I think that's due the beginning of March. We'll pay that then. And we have paid our dues to the Modern Quilt Guild. That's really one of the biggest items on our budget. We've paid that. And since last month, we've collected $420 in dues. So any questions?
Annette had a question about retreat.
Is retreat really $1,200? I don't know what that means. Are you saying how much we collect for it from revenue perspective? No, I'm trying to. If someone remind me, isn't it like something like there's 56 spots or something like that? I don't know. We use that number based on prior years. I guess after the retreat committee meets next week, I might have a better idea. But we budgeted based on what prior year numbers of attendees were and prior year the cost. Does that answer your question, Annette?
Annette, why don't you unmute?
Well, I was just curious. It says retreat fees, $12,000. Now, where's that from?
Well, again, we just based it on what we've done prior years. I can't remember the number of how many people we can have at the retreat, but in the past, we've always sold out. And so based on the number of attendees and what we charged in the past, that's the number that.
But it's not $12,000, right?
Yeah.
Am I reading
When
reading that
when
wrong?
when it's all together and based on the amount of, you know, how much it costs for the venue and the food that's incorporated into all of those things. If there's 50 of us going, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it 12,000, that $12,000 from what I remember was our estimate. And in years
Yeah.
past, it's been closer to 8,500. So,
No, wait. The $8,500 is the cost. The
oh, the actual
12,000.
cost. Okay,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
that wrong.
So again, it's all we did to budget is we just based on what we've done in the past.
Okay, I was just curious.
And I don't know if there's anyone on the call right now who was on the retreat committee in the past who can remind me how many attendees that's based on, but it's something like 56 people, or it's quite a few people who go to that. And again, in the past, we've always sold out.
The facility at
Camp Egan.
Egan max is probably 42. By the time
Okay.
everyone gets tables set up, I think that's the max I've ever seen any quilting
Okay.
retreat put in there. And it was
Okay.
packed.
Okay, I don't remember that
Yeah.
number, but whatever they've done in the past, that's what we budgeted based on.
And as you know, once, like you, Shauna said, as like we meet and really start planning, we'll have better information at our upcoming meetings.
And I will be uploading this presentation as well. So if you want to go over the numbers afterwards as well, that'll be on the Facebook page.
So does anyone have any other questions about the budget that you can't read because it's too small, or the summary of our cash position and obligations? Okay, well, I'll be emailing people who have made retreat deposits, and if anyone has questions about anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
All right, my turn. Go up here and oh, and then it goes to the wrong screen. Hold on 1 second.
Would you like me to help you, Kelly?
I got it. I just have to move all of my things over to a different screen.
Those are pretty.
Are you guys seeing the full screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Jory, you're up.
Hi, I'm a new member, so I just wanted to show some stuff and participate this month. I came in January and I enjoyed that show and tell, so I can't wait to see what's up this month. But I like to do a lot of smaller projects because I get to try like new techniques and new notions and stuff. And so I make a few pillows every month. So this is just one of my pillows that I made.
Love it.
Thank you. And then I like to do swaps too. So this is just like a little mini that I made.
Cute.
And another little item, I make a lot of little stuff. So I do everything, paper piecing and traditional piecing. So I don't have a lot to say. Those are just some close-up details. I thought the quilting was kind of cool.
Okay. Thanks, Jory. Kim.
Okay, so there is my completed repurpose / upcycle quilt. This is one of Paige's patterns I used when I went online to get our pattern for the block of the month. The Cinco one really caught my eye. I wanted to be able to use, I made this quilt top out of my husband's shirts. I have lots of shirts of his that I kept, and so these are just a sampling of the blues that I thought looked really well. And those big 12-inch squares really allowed me to, you know, show off the fabrics. And so that's something I'll be making for our Earth Day thing, and have it ready by March, and something for me to keep so I can snuggle under it.
Nice.
Okay. And Kathy Clausen.
Yay.
Hi, Kathy Clausen here. This was quite a stretch for me and my skill set, but I made the drawstring backpacks. And some of it is upcycled, but otherwise I bought some of the canvas. Anyway, I tried to make them appropriate for teenage boys for the
Kathy,
donations.
Do you
Yes.
think that could be made bigger for the donation bags?
Well, I thought this was the pattern that was online
Oh,
for the
okay.
donation bags.
Okay, I
And-
hadn't made a sample of it. It's
Yeah,
but you know,
and actually
certainly it
I
will-
made this at the pattern was for 15-inch wide, and I made this one 17 inches wide.
Okay,
So yeah, actually I think they could be bigger,
okay,
but then the cord would need to be a little bit longer.
okay. Great, thank you.
Great.
Okay, and on to Pixel.
Wow. Is
She's
Davida on?
Sorry, I'm here.
coming.
So this is Ashley Longshaw. She's a pop artist, kind of known as the modern day Andy Warhol. And so I made that quilt this month. It's got like 2,500 pieces in it, so it's probably one of the bigger ones I've done. And it's actually on its way to her right now. So, well, I'll let you know what she says.
Okay, and the president.
That is my my upcycle quilt, and the up on the left is draperies, bark cloth, and the middle section is embroidery. That was a little tablecloth, and the brown and the blue over on the right hand side in the stripes, those are men's shirts from an estate sale. So it was a lot of fun to make. I didn't really have anything in mind. Oh yeah, on the second picture you can see that I used a sheet on the back. I didn't really have anything in mind when I thought of using the upcycle for a president's challenge. I had just seen a group of people, quilters on Instagram, getting involved with and talking about sustainability of fabric in the world and upcycling, and start thinking about all the fabric there is. And so I thought, well, this would be kind of fun. And then I realized when I was digging stuff out for this that I've kind of been planning for this for probably a really long time, because I have a whole lot of vintage fabrics and tablecloths and blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of fun to dig all that stuff out. So anyway, and then I have another quilting obligation coming up. So I thought, well, I need to get this done. So it's done by March. It's not really like me to get things done on time, but I did. So I'm very proud of myself. And it's 49 by 45. It's not huge. It's hard to tell when you take pictures and they're hanging, but anyway, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Robin. On to Lisa. I think Lisa has quite a few, actually.
That's pretty. Are you here, Lisa?
I actually don't see her name. So dang it.
She was. Oh, okay. All right.
I think she said this is for her uncle.
Oh, that's pretty.
Can't really remember what she said about this one. And then I know she said Ann Olson did the quilting for this one.
Nice.
I'll bet the triangle one is from our goose exchange, flying goose exchange.
Yeah.
Although those are all batiks, it looks like, maybe not.
I don't know. But
I think it was at So Much More when she bought that purple fabric. I remember seeing her there. I think
Yeah.
it was a gift for somebody.
gotcha. Okay.
And the one I quilted was, I think, her grandma's vintage blocks, and she tea dyed the blocks, I think, if I recall, and then added in the sashing strip.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks, Anne. Holly?
Yeah, so this was my first attempt. A colleague got me this book a couple of years ago called The Modern Scot book, and my Scottish heritage, I was just really drawn to try to do this. And as another friend of mine said, why don't you just go buy a plaid fabric? Why are you trying to make a plaid? But I kind of really did enjoy the process of what blues and greens would be mixed together. And so I had so much fun on this. It's just kind of like a big lap size square that I gave to my nephew, who did lots of study abroad stuff in Scotland. So, and he's just got the name for it. So he got it for Christmas and he loves it. And so I think he's using it as a quilt, but I also put hangers on it to where he could hang it on the wall. So I was inspired by this one to make another version that my daughter wanted, out of the two main colors being kind of a blush pink and a hunter green, which takes me back to, you know, the 80s or 90s. But it was that I really challenged me completely, because it had a lot more colors involved. A lot of those colors mixed together are brown. And I finally got it pieced. I haven't quilted it yet, so it'll be featured in an upcoming show and tell. But it's a much harder than you think it is, and lots of design wall time to look at different fabrics. And the ones they did in the book had a lot of like florals and patterns, and I kept it pretty neutral and pretty solid, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Holly. And then Debbie Cole, and there's a series of pictures here.
Yeah, if you can see at the bottom of this window, this little nose that's kind of sticking out, yes, that is my Springer Spaniel. And every time she sees any reflection coming through the window, she runs over and pounds on the door and starts barking. Next picture. And then, yeah, and then she also leaves all the nose marks and the lick marks and stuff. So I had a idea that I've been toying with for quite a while on trying to eliminate part of this problem, and that's from the inside. Okay, go. I made a reversible oval. It took a while to get the pattern right, and I just went in and started, you know, grabbing in on my stash and saying, what can I do with what? And this is one side of it, and that's what it looks like from the outside looking in. And then this is the other side of the cover, and that's what it looks like, you know, from the inside if I have it showing that way. I've kind of decided that I was going to, now I'm going to like make, you know, Valentine's ones and shamrock ones. I'm just really excited. And it definitely has curbed the dog from jumping on the window. She does still sit there and stare at it like, I can't see out anymore. What's going on, Mama? But that's my latest little project.
That is such a cool little project.
It was fun.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks.
Paige?
Okay, so I am showing this quilt because I'm about to put a new binding on this quilt. I made this in I made this in 2 weeks before I got married. And so the binding was put on really quickly. And so yeah, this quilt is seeing a seam ripper on the edges over the next week or two. And so yeah, and it's all denim. It's Art Gallery Fabrics denim, which is really nice if you've ever worked with it. And thank God for the AccuQuilt, because I could have never finished this if I had to cut out all those little pieces. So yeah, I made this quilt. My husband requested a denim quilt. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Paige. Julie? No, if Julie's still on. Let's see her name. Looks like she submitted some of the pot holders she made.
Yay.
Alrighty. And then on to Connie. Trying to see, don't think Connie's here either. But she said this pattern was by Molly Lovely Threads. And that it's just a wall hanging. So. Okay, and then I guess we're on to me last. I made a Minecraft quilt for a coworker's son. He requested it a year ago and I got it done in under a year. Can we get some snaps for me? Thank you. And I originally asked the guild how you guys would quilt it, and then I just really wanted it done, so I just did some wavy quilting. But then naturally wanted to do some little hand quilting where all of the stones were, and also hand quilted the binding because I'm a crazy person. And then also, I forgot to put the close-up picture of this, but this binding was that kind of two-tone fabric. I know someone had asked about if it frays or whatever. It worked really well. That two-tone fabric that is at Mercantile. It's really soft. And,
The one we're using on the quilt block of the month, right?
yeah, that page used.
Is that the cross weave?
Yeah, something like that. So, anyway, okay. And that's it.
Great.
Hold on, let me go to. Sorry, I have to move everything back over now. Hold on. Okay. After show and tell, we've reached the end.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
How do we get to the pattern for the block of the month?
So there's a Paige, can you put in the chat your website?
It's also on our website.
And it's also on the guild's website.
But it's not on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's probably on there too, but it's one of the reasons that we're doing the member side of the website is so it's easy to find stuff. So you don't have to scroll through all the posts.
So didn't you have to buy the pattern
Yes.
and you get it in an email or?
And then it's down, yeah, then it's emailed to you every month.
But it's also on the website then?
The
link to the pattern so you can order it.
Ah, okay,
So-
thank you.
So if we've purchased the pattern, but we didn't get the email, then how do we get month one? I just need to
I can,
send a message to Paige.
yes, please.
Okay.
Also, my apologies. I thought I got everybody. If that's happened to anybody else, please let me know ASAP so I can get it out to you.
Okay. Well, I get like 600 emails a day, so I could have missed it, but I went looking for it and couldn't find one.
Is that Deborah who just said
Yes.
that? Okay, I'll check really quickly, Deborah. And if you're not there, send me an email. I'll put it in the chat, my email address.
Okay, thanks.
So before we wrap it up, I wanted to know if anybody else had any questions or comments or ideas that they wanted to share, things they want to do, questions about things that are going on. The picture is a picture of Linda Cameron's long arm. She's been working on a ties quilt. No questions? I mean, it's great that we've had stuff in the chat. Anything unresolved in the chat that you can see Anybody can see that we haven't answered?
I was trying to watch it. I don't think there was anything. There was a newsletter question, but that got answered.
Okay. So
Richard
then,
answered it.
I kind of need to get a head count of how many quilts that we're gonna have in the President's Challenge. And from what I've just seen of notes that people have put on Facebook, it seems like there's gonna be 8 to 10. Anyway, if you're making one, can you just send me a note? My phone number is right here, 918-223-5587. We've had a lot of changeover in membership and new members since we've first met on that lovely September afternoon out at the on the grass at the church. And so if you please write down my phone number, send me a picture of yourself, tell me who you are, and so then we can text. Then you have my contact information and I can have your contact information. So you can also send comments, questions, and ideas there. But also, if you're doing a President's Challenge upcycle quilt, please let me know so I can be planning for the display at the gathering place in April. And then that's it. Our next meeting is March 5th, and Brenda Shreve is our guest. Our meeting after that in April, Petty Kopic is our guest.
Robin,
Yes.
our meeting is March 3rd. The 5th is the workshop.
Oh. Sorry. It's not the 5th, it's the 3rd. Anyway, so we've got a good schedule planned and we look forward to seeing everybody. We had a really nice participation tonight. We have 37 people right here, and the highest that I saw during the talk was 49. So yay, I'm really delighted. We're getting some wonderful participation from our membership, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. Hope to see you Saturday at Junior Achievement. And that's all I have. Anybody else? All right.
All right. Nice to see everyone.
Nice
Bye.
to
Stay safe out there if you're out driving.
Be careful.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kelly.
No problem. I'm trying to